Welcome back to another episode of Strategic Command, World War II, World at War. And it's now May 9th, 1941, and I'm going to do the Axis turn to Europe. We just completed Japan, and it looks like China is on some rubbery legs right now, and it may not take that much more to hopefully be able to take Chungking and cause a collapse. That would be great. But now let's get back to Europe. At least got enough here. And first I'm going to reinforce this one. I already moved these down. The garrison stays in Cairo. Africa Corps. The Italian army is moving up here. And I'm going to make better use of these garrisons here. But first, 640. Let's start putting some units on transports. And by next turn, when Haifa becomes 5, I can disembark these units. So let's get the Africa Corps. Because that's what he want to try to get there as quickly as possible. If I can get Rommel and his panzers to start moving towards India, maybe catch the Indian army off guard, that will be really great. And let's see, I can move 2 more. And let's transport this one. And that's it for the transporting. There's only so much the Germans have available. And they're going to have to disembark the next turn, so I already have 4 or 5 units of the Africa Corps. And let's reinforce this one. That will be the last unit to go. And I said I was going to send a fighter. I don't think it's necessary to operate it right now, because I want to spend money on upgrading units. Let's see how much would operate now. That's too expensive. I think the fighter can gradually catch up with Rommel's army without spending too much money. So I do want to upgrade. The bomber, like I said, is going towards the Russian front, as well as his headquarters. We'll pretty much move these units. And now, let's continue the movement. I still have plenty of time before the Soviets declare war, so. Get the panzer towards Army Group Center. Reinforce. Just try to reinforce as many units as possible, and then just start moving them. How much will this cost? It's going to cost a bit, but we've got to do it. Reinforce, and I still don't know what I'm going to do with my airborne units, but see, purchase. Not quite. I think next turn I'm going to purchase another unit. Let's start moving the Hungarian army this way. It's just the upgrading. That's what's going to be important to do. Hungarian army occupies this. I'm going to leave the Slovak and a bunch of Germans up here. A few Germans here with the Romanian army. I'm going to plan to use the Romanian army to eventually attack Odessa. Reinforce everything. Get them moving to the front, and like I said, I wish Yugoslavia would join, because there's more units right there. Just start heading that way. It'll take a while, and then may have to eventually operate some units, but this is a long ways. It's a long walk. Gonna have to operate some and then start upgrading, but I think I've moved a bunch. Yeah, I don't have time to sail. I am gonna use Italian transport. These units are going to be used to possibly garrison Britannia. Since there's nothing in the Mediterranean, so I may as well put these to use somewhere else. And let's build a couple. Since Italy isn't spending it, really nothing to spend, the research. It is researching infantry weapons that can become useful, but let's see what Germany can do. I'm going to start upgrading a few units. I don't know where to put the bombers yet. I'm just going to leave them there. Make sure I've moved all my other units. I really like 6 headquarters, but I do have to start upgrading. Let's do the cheap upgrades first. Mobility can be done later, just before the war starts. This is also very expensive. Okay, let's see, how much is just mobility by itself? The mobility by itself is 56, so that's expensive. Well, let's upgrade the fighters here down to 44. I think that's about it for now. Just double check. I've done to Africa. I've done to Abyssinia. I've started moving these units towards the Russian front. At least most of these are upgraded. They're coming, except I've got a bunch of them over here. But if once operating will become cheap, then I'll start moving them. Let's take a look here. This is just... Where is that Canadian destroyer? It'd be nice if I knew where that is. I'll just wait and see. U-boats have tremendous range too, so let's put the destroyer in here. Getting ready for the Soviet war here. Okay, that's it. This is just boring in Europe, but just have to get ready for the next war. Transjordan surrenders. Italy's got a little chump change. That's why I'm going to have to start moving some garrison units up in that area, because the terrorism is just getting too much. I could move units from Norway, but I still want to keep some units there, so... Like I said, some of this stuff I have to, you know, like if I'm playing against a human player, I'm not going to devoid everything. I'm still going to gradually build up. Where'd he go? That's anti-air. I don't know if this is really the right type of unit for China to be building. Their offensive capabilities seem to be really bad, so... Garrison? Yeah, the defenses of Moscow. Okay, that means... Let's put an army over here. And I am building a good line here. Got more income. Bring the panzer. Put one here, one there. Army Group Center is going to have the panzers for now. Let's do the Middle East. Just one road down the Nile. Okay, get you supplied. And let's at least please retreat. This is just one little road. Move over here. Get the Africa Corps landed. They'll be going up through this road and attack this Arutba that way. Just going to be a little bit of a traffic jam. Eventually we'll break out. Just the Iraqi desert. This unit here is going to be completely destroyed. Air unit, move over here. So this hasn't cost any money yet, so. Let's launch a little counterattack here. A little pincer movement. Alright, I may be able to destroy this one. Khartoum is being threatened. Okay, enter Jerusalem. And one more unit for transport. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, they had to disembark, so I can't use them. The continuation, okay, it's June 6th. How much does it cost to operate? It's only 18, that is not much. Okay, 45 for these. All right, the core units are cheap to operate, so I'll put one here. These are a little more expensive, so I'm going to march them and just operate them the very last minute if I have to. Because they've already been upgraded, so I don't have to spend any extra time for them. Still don't know what to do with the pairs. Okay. 18, let's operate them. Put one over here. Panzer can go there. Put another one over here. Because then I can just start upgrading everything. So let's get I need more troops. You go to Vienna. Okay, 2 fighters. And there's a Romanian in the south. Let's put a bomber in Krakow. Put another unit here. Put this unit over here. the 1, 2, 3. Romanian army. I want to put a few German units here if I can build them. This is a lot of these powerful units are going to go with Army Group Center. I think I'm going to send maybe 2 over down here. Just make sure. Can't transport yet. This is very cheap. Going to start sending some units over to Britain. So the terrorism is at a minimum. And Italy just keeps on building. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to put some money. No, not for Italy. Okay, they already have 2, so they got infantry weapons. I'm going to start building garrisons because they're going to be valuable for the Russian front in England. So let's see how many garrisons Italy can still. I can build 6 more. Let's build 4. Build 5. Let's build as many as we can. Because then later, as I move in with the Germans, I can start building more German garrisons because they're very cheap to occupy partisan spots in the Soviet Union. And let's see, as the Germans, can I purchase Kissling? I'm going to purchase an additional headquarters because I do want, that's going to be the key to Russia. And then the next turn, build a couple more infantry. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all my money. Build some more infantry. And just start upgrading everything. And I have time. It's not, I have time to move all the units up and I have time to upgrade. I think I want to bring 1 submarine into the Baltic because there may be 1 or 2 Russian warships. I can torpedo them. Obviously, there's nothing moving from Canada. It's when the United States declares war, then it's going to be time to watch out for amphibious invasion. So I'm going to be sending some units. These are going to start just to get to England because that's where the terrorism is taking place. 1, 2, 3, at least 3, 4. Okay, this one's going to move to Africa next. So pretty much Italy and Germany are done. I didn't forget anything. Everything's been moved. It's all going east. Yeah, I like to have 6 German headquarters for this invasion of the Soviet Union. Absolutely. Because they are very critical. As you get into the Soviet Union, supply becomes a problem. And having those headquarters is definitely a plus. And this is good. Yeah, I don't want to get adjacent. All right, now let's see. What can Japan do? Oh, Japan needs to take Quechao. I think I can do that. First, let's do a little bombing. I forgot about him. 3. That easy. Excellent. And now Kunming is threatened. Oh, if I could just take Hanoi and move this unit over here. Let's get this headquarters over this direction. Okay, Kwai Chau has fallen. This is critical. Now if I can take Kunming and Wanting, that's the Burma road right there. Cut off completely. This is risky, but oh, this is China's collapsing, I think. There's another fortification destroyed. Oh my God. All right, let's get adjacent to Chang. See, this mobility is just, see what a difference mobility makes? Hit that artillery. All right, you're going to keep on going down here. I can upgrade that for mobility also, but yeah, why not? All the other special forces have it, so let's give it some mobility. It's not that expensive. Yes, I'm very happy with Kwai Chau falling, and I think Chungking may. Okay, this is strategic bombers. Move them over here. Let's take a look at partisan activity. Okay, only along the coastal ones. These are the dangerous ones. This rest here is not that dangerous. So this one, he can move into Wuhan. And attack on Chang can begin next turn. Okay, I have 3 bombers and 1 strategic bomber. Oh, I love this. Is Chungking may fall in a few turns. If I can just do this just right. But I think taking Kunming and these 2 is very, very important. And if I can keep a unit there, that means any attacks coming out of India or Burma, it's going to be very difficult. Especially if I get another unit from Hanoi. Yeah, this is very annoying. Okay, what should I do over here? Keep on advancing. Yeah, this is all I can do is just keep on advancing. I'm going to have to reinforce it next turn. I hope this one... the Chinese... Yeah, you do need a little practice. Good. Okay, this one moved here. Okay, another unit eliminated. So that means they're going to have to drop another one in here. And, yeah, the switch is very important. I forgot how to use that earlier. It's definitely getting better. Every little tactic helps. And this is not. At 376, what to spend it on. What to do with the maritime bomber, but I know for a fact that go to Nagasaki because that army is going to be very valuable somewhere. I'm going to send that one down towards Hanoi. This headquarters here is going to be for the Philippines and starting to move downwards. Okay, this is, I'm going to have a tremendous amount of bombers. 2, 3, 4 bombers, 1 strategic bomber. I don't see Chungking holding. Just a few turns, it can fall, and that may be the end of China. Especially if I hit Kunming and these 2 national morale objectives and then move on China. Chungking, I think that could be it. China could be on his last legs, and I'm breaking through Yichang. Cheng Chao will probably fall soon. I'm happy with the way this is going. Wow. Yeah, I don't want to get in here and possibly get shot up here. I'd rather let them bring more. Now, just leave things alone. I'm not concerned about mobility right now. The advance is going through some decent terrain here, and Cheng Chao, I think, will fall. Just this little push, I think, will be enough. Because China can only has so much income. So now, what to do with spending? Let's look at research for Japan. Don't need advanced tanks. Naval weaponry is fine. Long-range aircraft, pretty good. Yeah. Let's go industrial technology. And let's see what else we need purchase-wise. Production. Okay, do more units. This is all. I don't think I need to. I think more research and maybe air units, but I haven't suffered any casualties, so. I'm going to have to get these ready for transport. Let's get the carriers out to sea. I want to group them together. Because when I do decide to go to war, there's going to be a tremendous amount of force. And yes, let's see, Japan. Purchase another sub. I think they're going to be very valuable against the United States. At least locating, tracking, hitting capital ships, and then also luring them into other capital ships. Okay, I have 5 carriers. I know I'm going to have 6 eventually. Full complement of them. Okay, that unit is still there. There's nothing in wake. And nothing in midway. Well, I may have to... Okay, I'm down to nothing at transport. Okay, this one has to go. I don't know if the Americans have any subs near the Philippines, but I do want my destroyers to be ready for them. Oh, wait a minute. I could well, I'll upgrade this one next. I have 2 destroyers. I may have 3. And let's get these close to... Okay, Hama's gonna go down here. Gonna get ready with the units that are gonna be going into Burma. But if China falls and I can detach, I do want these headquarters. Japan has plenty of headquarters right now, so doing very well. I'm pretty happy with what's going on here. Put these out to sea. Nothing worse than having a bunch of drunk sailors in port, so they need to be doing their maneuvers. Yeah, I still don't know. You know, in case there's any Allied shipping, they may be very valuable. Bring them closer. Okay, this Hong Kong's gonna fall soon when I go to war. So, yeah, taking this city, industrial center, now marching towards Kunming. And if Vietnam becomes Japanese, I can start swinging units here, as well as that army and headquarters. Yeah, this army, this other headquarters, 2 armies can assist, like in a pincer movement. And also occupy Bangkok. And keep the Indian units busy. Well, if I got Japanese units here in Kunming, and coming from down here, that should keep the Indian army busy. And hopefully there'll be enough time for Rommel to just take Delhi from behind. All right, I think everybody's done their spending. Gondor army, everything. Like I said, this is just reorganizing. This is not very exciting, except what's happening in China. So I think I've done everything I can for this turn, and I'm going to end the episode right now. And let's just do one more check here. Let's check the diplomacy. Okay, USSR 75%, so probably around September they're going to declare war. Let them. They're just going to walk into a brick wall. And hopefully I'll have all my units upgraded by then. USSR, USA 66%. I don't see anything. Finland is still at Axis. That's all I need. Sweden is still pro-Axis. That's all that matters. Spain, it doesn't seem to move. Even though Britain's gone, I don't understand that. That's another... They always say that Spain and Turkey will lean more, but Yugoslavia still hasn't sided with me, so I may have to put chits so that it should have signed the tripartite pact, and Yugoslavia should have been part of the Axis, but that's what happens in the other game, so I guess it's a glitch here. Let's get the Bulgarian up here too. That's going to be actually with the German headquarters. But I do have the Romanian army ready to assault Odessa. Okay, this one's going to go over there. And let's do another report here. Let's take a look here. Losses. British 33. I've only lost one garrison unit. Japan hasn't lost anything. Look at China, lost 30 units already. And when the war with the Soviets starts, you'll start seeing some massive losses on them here. So I've lost very little. And had Britain been in the war, I would have sunk probably their entire fleet by now. But wouldn't give me the honor of doing that. So, yeah, I'm going to call it end of the episode right now. So until next time, thank you for watching.